It was approximately 8 o'clock. And just going outside to quickly assess the damage. Might take a little ride here. The magnolia is still there. These sandbags stood up. Blowing pretty good at this point.
Live on 540 WFLA and Clear Channel here in Central Florida. My thanks to the boss, Tom Benson, the program director of 540 WFLA, longtime broadcaster, and Chris Rivers from the new Big 100. They were the Iron Men overnight and spelled us for 7 solid hours, and I thought did an awesome job, you know. I'll tell you what, a couple old war horses stepped in there like like they do it every single day, and we all...
Yeah, we can see because the sediment is horizontally.
Alright, I was just going to say,
a house for sale.
You've been saying that it was moving towards Tampa, but it must be moving pretty slow.
Very slow. I think something like 8 miles per hour, but you got to understand it wasn't moving at all last night. We've lost Roy. Okay. Roy, give us a call back. Hold us up.
Online right now from around the world waiting to pray for you. Every one of us needs God to help us in this time.
There you go.
Team.org. Organize
hey,
this.
boys.
Got right now that still are going to be dragged.
Go check out the shelter here and see what's on down.
Steve, I want to thank you very much. You guys have really taken it. I want to thank you for being our eyes and our ears in the field on behalf of everybody else. Thank you. All right, buddy. Call back later on if things get rough, will you? All right. Good deal. So that's the situation as we know it. By the way, this storm is going to be going with its center, and it's a loosely defined center now. We've got a better handle on this track because it's beginning to move faster, and that makes it easier to predict, believe it or not. It also gets it out of here a little sooner. 8 miles an hour forward progress. Big deal? Well, it wasn't moving at all last night, and then 2-3 miles per hour. Keep in mind, Charlie was clipping along at 20 miles an hour or something.
XL, Tavares, Orlando. XL 106.7, WTKS, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Real Radio, 104.1, and WEBG, Orlando, 100.3. Big 100 to participate. Call 407-916-5400.
76 degrees. I'm Melissa Hellervik with a special Hurricane Francis update at 7:30.
I'm not videotaping you, Mary. Al, what do you think about the hurricane? Were you scared last night?
I think we were spared last night.
Were you scared, though?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
What do you think about the up-and-coming winds?
I'm terrified.
You're terrified?
I'm terrified!
Do you think you're going to leave, Al? Is this the last hurricane for Al?
No.
We were at Al's house this morning, filming the oncoming winds from the storm, the brunt of which has not hit us as of yet. Al is making some coffee for us here. What a good neighbor. What a good town. What a strong town. The poor bunny rabbit taking refuge in the garage from the storm. The wind is definitely picking up now. Around 8:30 and still coming in. We're back at the house now. Storm's coming in pretty good. Power is out. Probably gusting 30, 40 miles an hour. Expected to increase here in a little while. Call everybody, let them know I'm okay, and take a nap. The wind she's a blowing now. Tree damage over in the neighbor's house.
Pretty soon, so he doesn't lose his roof, which we have seen quite a bit of. Some roofing that's come out, and we've also seen some clouds flapping around that look like they were still up after Hurricane Charlie as well. Again, you know, the waves are just unbelievable out there. The storm surge, nothing like we saw yesterday. Folks yesterday were describing the waves just a little bit stronger than what they normally see on a brisk day out here at the beach, but this is just unbelievable. The surge, the color of it, all the way out as far as the eye can see, way past the pier there, just way after way crashing, and the surge sliding into the Main Street Pier, which is just unbelievable.
How does the temperature feel out there to you? Has it fluctuated a whole lot?
It's quite cool. I would guess that's because of the rain. It's not too hot out here. Most of us out here who are out here because we have to be are wearing several layers, but it's really not too hot. On a normal day out here, you know, you wear a rain jacket, rain pants, rubber boots, and other clothes underneath it. You'd be sweating kind of bit. Me in particular, I swear just walking outside without doing anything. And out here right now, we're not. It's not too hot out. It's quite cool, but you know, it has a good lot of dress up getting cooler, especially if I have to have that they use to get that down, and you can see it's precariously over our lives right here. So we're just hoping that it's not too heavy, and if it is, that it stays up there.
Well, we certainly want you to be careful and be safe. So, that's the way to do that, okay?
We're in the right now. That wall, that the building has to open up to a 50-foot factory. So it's a pretty soft slope with soft shingle, large shingle, but hopefully won't do us or our vehicle any damage as it comes down.
That's really give me a quick break because what we're calling Glenn Richard is noticing an interesting turn in the storm right now. Glenn? That's right. Again, you know, you get these wobbles inside a hurricane every so often, so you can't fight too much on that one wobble because it's going here and there and there. But look at the trend with me, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Here's a view showing the center, and I'll pop down the icon for the center here so you kind of see exactly where we're at. Basically, it's right there, center. All right, that's the center of the hurricane. I'll take that off. And now we'll watch the motion up here in the last hour. And you can kind of see, it's like it's heading out towards north and west. We extrapolate that out. track where we're expecting it to go. And again, all of our forecast here for wind and rain is based on a basic movement like this. So it's not a huge deal, and definitely within that cone of air that we always talk about. So, but if it takes that path across Central Florida, a slightly more northerly jibe, then we would definitely be looking at much more wind and rain, and of course, north of the center. You can see where all that is at. So again, that's the reason why we're really definitely concerned that we would continue, shall we, to have very strong winds, and again, getting stronger all across the Florida plain deviation in that pathway.
All right, thanks a lot, Glenn. We're going to check in now live on the phone. We have Lieutenant Danny Maxwell with Orange County Fire Rescue. Good morning.
Good morning, Kelsey.
Okay, you heard that you have a fire reported at a Shell Seafood restaurant there on 436 University.
Yeah, we do. It's at 221 South Cimarron. Storm related. These are the kind of things that happen on a slowly moving storm like this, to where where we get these kind of structure fires and things like this.
Now, what is that for, just sheer curiosity? Are they good about leaving and collaborating?
Yeah, in most cases, yes, but in some cases, no. The ones that seem to be a little bit more hard-headed are ultimately the ones that are going to realize that what we're saying is true.
Aside from this fire, what other emergency type calls have you gotten in the past 12 hours?
Yeah, we've had some chest pain difficulties. It could be from change in pressure. We don't know that for sure, but we have not quit running. So we call for emergencies, and until it gets so severe we can't. We are going to respond. And watching you.
Well, again, looks like hurricane force winds, steady hurricane force winds will stay to your south. Right now we're putting a number on it at about 60 miles per hour as far as what is blowing in the gusts right now there in Volusia County. So hold on.
Yeah, it's, we weren't expecting this quite and sustained. It started blowing like this in the room, so just a little bit of storm that goes around, I would say 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I mean, it's gradually gotten worse, but that's when you really started to feel the wind, and the wind become uncomfortable around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, so, and it's just like sustained like that.
Folks inland, and they need to really, really pay attention and just play it safe.
That's right, and Governor Jeb Bush held a news briefing on Tallahassee just about 30 minutes ago. We'll back to you.
Yeah, remain calm.
And it will take a while for it to cross the peninsula. And I know people have been anxious because of the weight, the heat, and the advice of the local emergency operation centers and local political leadership to evacuate. And it's been a long wait. And I appreciate the fact that
We had to come back off the road. It is really starting to get bad out there. And as the fireman said earlier, we do not want anybody on the road. We are seeing workers already driving around, apparently not having any reason to be on the roadway, and they're putting themselves in danger. So we want them to realize that these wind gusts start to pick up here and the worst is coming towards us. If we want a patrol car over the road, so it's not safe for them to be out there.
Kim, what kind of calls are you getting right now, and where are most of your troopers right now as they try to ride this thing out?
Well, we have a few calls, just basically more questions. We did go out and make sure that nobody was stranded this morning on some of the roadways. We did go out and there are a few traffic lights that are out here in Orange County. All of our counties, the 6 counties here, Orange, Osceola, Brevard, Volusia, Seminole Lake, the troopers are finding secure locations to kind of wait the storm out so that if they can get out there, if there's a call, then we can do that. But right now they are securing themselves because of the high wind. So anywhere from the station over to their personal residence, and they're ready to get their monitoring radios. But right now we are inside waiting for the wind to die down. And luckily we think most of the people are off the road. We haven't had any crashes this morning to report. And we're hoping that people will just stand by, don't get anxious, don't want to go out there on the road too soon and put themselves in danger. Yeah, some of those phone calls you're getting, what are the biggest concerns you're hearing from people right now? Basically, they want to know when it's okay to start driving again. They want to know we can give them an estimate of when they can go back to their residence, when they can get back on the road, are they allowed to travel on the road. And the Highway Patrol has not shut down any roads. We will not shut down any roads unless the road becomes blocked due to debris or due to flooding.
That's great. Washington. I'm gonna go to the bank right now. It is September 5th, 2004. Here live. Hurricane Francis coverage. I'm tired. Bored. Watching the storm. Bring it to you.
My sandbox wonders, am I getting too much sleep? Honey, I've left an exercise at least 3 times a week. That's my motto. What keeps me up at night? Worrying about recession or fat intake. I love potato chips. I could really do without the cholesterol.
If kids worried about the way every cup, Mars makes it easy to give kids the sweet apple taste they love.
Actually, what?
With the essential daily nutrients growing kids need, like antioxidant vitamin C for a healthy immune system.
All I know is that it tastes really, really good. Hey, say something new.
With an apple in every cup, Mars gives kids the nutrition they need, but never ask for.
If I don't get enough vitamins and minerals, I could be fruitful and full of life.
Mars apple juice and applesauce. An apple in every cup. Get apple healthy with Mars applesauce and apple juice at public supermarkets. And check out Mars.com for great recipe ideas and other healthy eating tips. State Farm policy holders. State Farm is aware that the recent catastrophe has caused property damage. If your home or car has sustained damage,
Yep, I'm moving out of Florida.
if you have difficulty reaching your agent, please call 1-800-SF-CLAIM. That's 1-800-738 your claim online. State Farm wants to help you with your claim so you can get your life back to normal. So once again, contact your agent. Call 1-800-SF-CLAIM or go to statefarm.com.
Rainfall estimates have exceeded. Yes,
6 inches along the I-95 corridor between Palm Bay and Fort Pierce, as well as the I-4 corridor between Orange City and Daytona Metro. Orlando is receiving reports of between 2 and 4 inches of rain in the Metro Orlando area. The South Quadrant of Francis will continue to affect Martin, St. Lucie, and Okeechobee counties. Wind gusts out of the south and west at 50 to 70 miles per hour can be expected. These damaging winds will continue to affect areas that were pounded for so long by Francis yesterday. Avoid the temptation to go out and look at the damage. Remain indoors in a strong structure until Francis weakens and officials permit residents out and about. Wind-blown debris and down power lines will pose life-threatening hazards for several more hours.
Or glass that are facing east or southeast, that's where that battle. They're working on shore with winds of 60 to 75 miles per hour. We are verifying this with wind gusts along the coast. This is not speculation on my part, this is fact, and these winds will probably get a little bit stronger as the center of Francis continues to work across Polk County. And if this system does continue to evolve, we may actually see wind gusts up to 75 miles an hour at the 70 miles an hour in St. Cloud right now. 70 miles an hour in St. Cloud. Okay. Well, this is something that we talked about. Remember, we had the folks have these walk-in closets, perhaps in a bedroom. Let's hope we can get one that's awake. Just try to go in there and just be comfortable in there. We're not talking about 100-mile-an-hour winds or anything like that, but we are talking about winds that are going to do some damage, and you just don't want to be out in this. But this is during the day, so we're going to have a better feel. We're going to be able to show you cameras, show you what's going on, so you just stay where you are. That's my advice to you. Stay put.
All right, thank you, Tom. We've got an Emergency Operations Center news conference coming up from Brevard County where they'll give us the very latest. And again, if you're monitoring us on the radio, we'll be here throughout this very long, large storm, 150 miles across right now. A live picture out over downtown Orlando. The squally winds really blowing our camera all over the place. We'll be right back with continuing coverage.
All the municipalities, as soon as this weather winds die down enough, we'll start with our damage assessments. And it's really not just a damage assessment, but it's a real needs assessment. The first thing we want to do is make sure that we've got the protection of life. Any life-threatening situations, we want to bring those to, we want to identify those and bring those to an end very quickly. The second thing is to protect any property that may be damaged out there. And then the third thing would be an overall assessment.